Assalamu Alaikum everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you've been watching for a while, you'll notice the huge difference in camera quality and audio because of the mic. And I'm just gonna give you guys a little backstory. So the camera that I was using was from my old iPhone. It's so old that it doesn't even get updates anymore. And I was using it because I could not get rid of it. I went to the Apple store to try and sell it, but because it's so old, they were offering me so little money. And I was actually going to use the money towards an iPad so I could do my editing and stuff on there. And I wasn't even going to, with the money I thought that I was going to get, I wasn't even going to be able to afford a new iPad. I was actually going to get a second hand older iPad, even though I knew that in 2 years that would also stop receiving updates. But at that time, I thought that it was a good investment. And then when I could afford it, I could buy a brand new iPad. However, they were offering way too little money. And then I was even considering getting a camera with the money. But if I couldn't even afford a second-hand old iPad, there was no way I was going to be able to afford a camera. So the camera on there isn't that bad, but it's not that great, especially compared to this one here. So the problem is this phone that I'm recording on now had absolutely no space. And so what I've decided to do now was I have gotten rid of a lot of like videos and airdropped it onto that phone. So that phone just becomes like my archive basically. And I'm going to be using this to record from now on. The only thing that kind of sucks is this is my main phone that I use for everything. So when I'm constantly recording, it does overheat and it also drains the battery, but I am home most of the time, so that's not a big thing. It's only like when I go out, then I need my phone to not die. And I actually have a power bank, but it doesn't charge to 100% firstly, and secondly, it also dies really quickly. So that's another thing I also need to invest in. So I'm hoping that the change in quality will help make this channel better. And if you're new here, I hope you subscribe so you can stay along with the journey. And hopefully, once I get monetized, I can actually afford a proper camera, proper setup, everything, so I can be like a pro YouTuber. But anyways, let's continue with today's vlog.
In my life, I dream a lot of things in my life. You dream, I dream, they dream, we dream. Cause we don't be satisfied for what we have. We have different dreams in our life. Dream.
So guys, this is the end of today's vlog. I'm going to spend the rest of the night, well, not the rest of the night, basically until I go and sleep. I'm going to read The Secret History. It's been on my reading list for a very long time. I got it last year and I did actually start it. The thing is, this book is really overwhelming. Firstly, the first chapter is 50 pages, and for some reason, this book is really thick. Even though I've read longer books than this, for some reason, this book is thicker than books that have more page numbers. And like I said, I have started it, so I only read the first chapter, which was 50 pages. However, one of my friends did read it and she told me like she really enjoyed it. And I know that this is a really hyped book, especially if you love dark academia. I love dark academia, and that's why it's been on my list for so long. However, the other day I watched a video on a review of this book, and now it's kind of putting me off. So I know everyone is going to have a different view, but the thing that's putting me off is there's a lot of racism and Islamophobia and, you know, like bad things going on in the book. And I know the book was written a while ago, but at the same time, I feel like, you know, it could have been avoided. And those are kind of things that just put me off, especially the Islamophobia. So I don't know. I don't want to read it just because it's something I've been wanting to read for a long time. But I won't lie, I feel like when I get to the Islamophobia and the racism, it's gonna piss me off. It is, she did say, like the person that I watched the review of, she did say it is a good book, but those are like things that she disagreed with. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Assalamu Alaikum.